Yo, what's up, everybody? What's going on? Jury, what's happening, Jury?
Not much, man. Sitting here enjoying coffee and a nice rose of Sharon.
Rosa Shear. I remember her. I remember her well. That's a good Southern drawl, man. The Jacob's Ladder is a good one. What is it? The Cedrus is another good one they make. But that Rosa Sharon, it hits different, man. It don't hit like a Connecticut should. It's got a little more
Yeah.
power, and that's the kind of Connecticut I like. Is if it's gonna hit like that. What's up, Mario? What's up, Mike? Good morning, fellas. Jerry, can you see the comments on your? There should be an option that pulls comments.
Oh, wait, there it is. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. And you also have a feature with this program where you can highlight comments and it brings it on the screen with you. Boom.
Oh, sweet.
Yep. So normally questions pop them up. What's up, guys? I am smoking an Espinosa 10-year with a little coffee this morning. This is episode 3 of Coffee and Cigars. Now we're back. This is Mr. Jerry, LA watercolorist on IG.
One of my.
This is my brother from another mother. This is also one of the first 6 members of Barrel Burners, guys. Give him some kudos. He's 87 years old.
Yeah,
Fun fact,
I
in the
feel it.
70s, he was Ron Jeremy's personal fluffer. That's how he got his start in the business.
All right, I see it.
So he's a hands-on kind of guy.
With Ron, it was 2 hands on.
Well, yeah. And a lot of baby wipes. What's up, Jeff? What's up, Pete? What's up, guys? Yeah, this morning, guys, we're just going to be bullshitting, man. We're going to talk cigar experiences, first cigar experiences, what drew you to cigars. We're just going to bullshit. We're going to smoke till the cigars disappear and just have a good time and bullshit. And if you're just popping in, like I said, Espinosa 10-year anniversary. Jerry's smoking a Rose of Sharon. I know a lot of you guys have had the Rose of Sharon, great smoke. So that's what we're doing this morning. We're just goofing off. It's a nice rainy, stormy day here all day. So it's one of those be inside the house days. And yeah. And I got 2 dogs at my feet bugging the hell out of me. Anybody want some dogs? Jerry, I take Tulip. I know that.
Yeah, I'll take Tulip in a heartbeat, man. That's big. That's a big
Nobody
baby.
Nobody wants my grumpy Frenchie but me, but everybody wants the Bullmastiff. James T, what's up? George, what's up, guys? Well, Jerry, I guess let's start with you, man. I know a little bit about your history, but what do you remember about like the first time you were introduced to cigars? Was it military? Was it before military? What?
Actually, it was after. I remember it vividly. I was running a body shop in Colorado after I got back from Desert Storm. I went to Colorado for a 2-week visit that lasted 10 years. I ended up working at a body shop, a Mako Auto Painting, in downtown Denver. And my boss, we hit a milestone that we were a goal that we were trying to get, and he bought us some bourbon and cigars, and we sat in the body shop. We had a picnic table inside the body shop. We sat in there and finished all of them. every bit of bourbon, every bit of cigars, and it was a Macanudo.
Oh wow, you even remember what the first cigar was?
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. It was a Macanudo, and it had I kept the tube for a long time because it came in the aluminum tube.
Right.
I kept the tube because a stack of dimes would fit in it perfectly. So I had that tube with a stack of dimes in my car for a long time.
That's awesome.
So that was the first time, and then I was a cigarette smoker for so many years. So cigars were really difficult for me not to inhale, and still are.
Right.
So I do. Especially if I'm drinking, I'll inhale.
Yeah. If you're drinking, all bets are off. I'm going to inhale this sucker and pay for it the next day when I can't breathe and I'm hacking it up. What's
Although
up,
it has helped being in radio for many years, it did help the pipes. So you get the radio voice from bourbon and cigars. So
you get that 6-pack a day bar fly, traditional 80s woman voice.
Yeah. There's a fine line between hey, how you doing?
Right. What was on that Pee Wee Herman movie, the truck driver, Large Marge?
Yeah.
He gets in that truck with the ghost. Yeah, that's that voice where you can't, it's borderline. You can't tell if it's man or woman. It's just raspy. It's like, this person could sing some blues. Yeah. So, yeah, well, that's kind of the topic too. I mean, most people first are introduced by somebody handing them a cigar. Hey, man, let's celebrate something, whether it be the birth of a child, it's a boy cigars, it's a girl, or, oh man, I got a promotion, or I'm getting married. So cigars definitely revolve around celebrations. I mean, even pro sports, I mean, they win the big game. That's exactly what's handed out. Let's see. Mike said his ex-father-in-law bought him his first cigar. Same thing you smoked in 91 when he got promoted in the Navy. Yeah, that's crazy.
Dude, I think 91 was about when it was for me too. I think, or maybe 92. So
yeah, early 90s. Yeah, because you Desert Storm. So Macanudo must have been the thing. There you go, Rich. Rich, same thing. He was celebrating a promotion of a coworker. My first experience, I can remember the cigar only because my first experience is so jacked up. Being in the country in the 80s as a kid, my dad would buy the damn boxes of King Arthur cigars every year and light them.
You had to have a pencil box in school.
Dude, we use those as pencil boxes after the fact, but that's how we lit our fireworks, man, as kids. Dad would have everybody a damn cigar lit, and that we used them to light fireworks. So I guess being a kid, like, oh my God, there's a cigar in my hand. I can remember that. But granted, I never touched them again for, 20 plus years. But that was my first cigar experience. A lot of the older men at family gatherings, I would see them smoke cigars. Always fascinated about it. But I still remember those damn yellow cardboard King Arthur boxes. I mean, they just flipped open. They were cardboardish. And that's what we did. And I didn't get serious smoking cigars till probably 8 years ago. I was always curious, always seeing them on TV, always seeing that they were tied to celebrations or stuff like that. So that's when I got big into it. And then I just fell off the deep end. And now it's 2 to 3 a day, or I'm not happy. So...
Thanks, Peter. That's the wife's Jeep, actually. I have a truck. So this is her. Well, it's my money sink for her.
Right. Yeah, Peter's you got to watch him. He's sucking up to you. And then the other thing, dude, man. Go ahead.
I didn't get back into them for a long time until actually you and I started doing poker nights at the house, and then we got into them, and I got back away from them and got back into them, and it's funny how it circles back around, but also it's Louisiana especially is so event centric. Everything we do here is an event. Even if it's just hanging at the house, you're cooking, you're in the. It's a party atmosphere.
It's a party. So
there's. Does she take the top off? Yeah, actually, she does.
He's just never around.
Yeah, I glimpse it.
Yeah, so now, like you said, here in the state, it's like everything we do or ever get together, it's cigars involved now. And my favorite place, and I know there's some guys here in chat, but the one place cigars go more than anything for me would be on the golf course. I cannot be on a golf course and I have a cigar lit.
Absolutely.
It's like golf is pissing me off, but cigars is relaxing me. It's like that yin and yang I got to have. And I know Rich in here is a newer golfer. I know Scape, I seen him earlier as a golfer. I think Medic, he golfs sometimes. But yeah, I mean, golf I mean, hand in hand. I bring way more than I need on the golf course. We normally, somebody will see us, hey man, that cigar smells good, and we're giving people we don't even know cigars. I mean, that's the cigar culture. Yep, golf and cigars is a must. I agree, Medic. That's when I want.
But you mentioned giving people that we don't even know cigars.
Yeah.
An average stick is about $10 to $12 for what I smoke.
Right.
You know, so the thing is yes, it can get expensive if you're hanging out with people and somebody comes up and you give somebody you don't know a $10 stick. But right, I'll grab my stick before I grab my shoes. To me, it's like if you introduce somebody, or it's a sharing thing. I don't care about the money at this point. So it's like, here, let's enjoy a stick together, because now you're committed to a conversation for a minimum of 30 minutes. You know, so you're getting to know people.
And most of the people have smoked before, but it's always that one chance where some guy's like, man, I've always wanted to try one. Well, get over here. I got you.
Yeah.
Rich, I don't see how the hell you can play 18 holes and only bring 2 cigars, man. I smoke probably 4 myself on the golf course, not to mention the ones we trade or I give. I could not survive on 2 cigars. Which, granted, normally we're playing 4, 5, or 6 people, and the rounds take a lot longer. But 2 cigars, man, I'm smoking
especially if you're chasing balls like Jason does.
Right. I'm smoking one on the practice range. So, I mean, yeah, Mike, I'm with you, man. I cannot tolerate golf without a cigar. It's just, to me, it's hand in hand. That's, if we're going to a cookout or having a cookout here, it's cigars. If it's golf, it's cigar. Anywhere that's going to allow me to smoke, I have cigars with me now. I'm never without. Oh, you drank more than you smoke. Well, yeah, that would do it. Yeah, if you're drinking, and I'm the opposite on the golf course. I'm going to smoke and run my mouth. I'm going to have a couple beers, but yeah, I'm not going to get plastered by any means. Jerry, you being the painter, do you ever smoke while you're painting? Does that kind of help the creative juices?
Mainly because I always paint inside, no. But I have done some outdoor painting. Like I would do a couple on the deck. I would sit out on the deck and smoke a cigar and paint. But yeah, if I'm going out to what they call plein air paint, which is just painting outside, I'll take a cigar and you're just sitting and enjoying nature and being outside. Nobody's bitching at you, or you ain't got nothing to do, but I'm sitting here painting. So yeah.
Well, I think
it
my
is
body
nice when you get to.
It's like as soon as I walk outside, my body wants to fire one up. Even if I'm just walking in the mailbox, like, shit, you're outside, bro. Come on, light one. Let's go. It's like if you're outside. All right, you guys that don't golf, what activity do you do that you always want a cigar at? I mean, a lot of hunters, you can't really smoke while you're on a stand, but you can definitely smoke after. But I know guys growing up, man, on our hunting leases, you had these old guys, and when I say old, they were probably 60s, 70s then, and they smoke like a train, never change clothes, never wear their hunting outfits, and would come out of the woods with the biggest deer. So I don't know if the deer were like, what the fuck is this smell? Let's go check it out. And they would smoke in their stands and still kill deer. And I mean, it's totally opposite you've taught. So I was like, yeah, I'm not going to chance to smoke a cigar.
They were just better hunters than you, bro.
Yeah, well, I mean, at that age, I was sleeping on the stand more than hunting because I was not an early morning person. But I was like, okay, I want to go hunting with Dad and Grandpa. And then it's like you fall asleep in your stand, you're dozing off, just trying to survive till daylight so you can really wake up. But yeah, you're in your stand 30 minutes before daylight. That is the toughest 30 minutes in your life to stay asleep. Nothing's moving. It's pitch black. You can't see past your fucking face. And you're just like, man, I got to stay awake at least to the break of daylight because that's when they're going to be out. Yeah, that's brutal. Worst 30 minutes ever.
Just to let you know, it comes full circle. When you get my age, it's very hard to stay awake on the stand now too. So
right. Yeah, George drives a lot, so he gets them in his car. Oh yeah, Medic. That's another time I absolutely have to have a cigar when I'm grilling or smoking on the.
Oh hell yeah!
That's hand in hand because that's normally the environment you want to drink in your hand too. So that's definitely a perfect time, even in the South, which you're in Georgia, so you know grilling. But guys, you just popping in. Espinosa 10-year for me. Jerry smoking a Rose of Sharon. Yeah, Ben, hunting naps are pretty good. Oh, sunrise sitting in the stand in the Appalachian. Yeah, I could, man. One day, that's the view I want to be hunting. I love the mountains. Yeah, Rich, that's the same thing. If you're grilling, your meat smoking and your cigar is smoking. So I'm with you, man. And I know a few of you guys are going to have cigars lit today. You got two big football games on, so you guys that are able to have a lounge, or that's another thing. I'm out in the man cave a couple nights a week watching basketball games, and it's a must. I mean, I'm watching sports. I want to have a cigar too. So that's another time. I have not tried. Well, I haven't had a boat in a few years, but fishing and cigars. I haven't tried that other than a little pond fishing with my son. I'll light up a cigar, but that could probably be relaxing too.
Mm-hmm. They'll just being on the water.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, cigars brings a lot of different diverse people together, man. It's crazy. If you see somebody smoking a cigar, I do it. I mean, if I'm somewhere without a cigar and I see somebody smoking, I walk up to them, man, what you smoking? I'm curious. The conversation starts. I mean, there's no strangers when there's a cigar smoker in the room.
And typically they'll offer you a cigar.
Right, yeah, normally will. And I'm like, no, man, I'm here with the family, whatever, go about. But and that's what's great about the cigar community, man. Everybody is willing to share what they know, share what they're smoking, and just barrel burners as a whole has changed my whole smoking. Before barrel burners, all I knew were Rocky Patels and Drew Estates and the big names, and then you get in barrel burners and you get introduced to these boutique blends, and now I'm smoking stuff half the people around me don't know what it is, and they're like, what's that? Well, and I mean, it's like, man, this is going to change your life. That's what it is. I mean, start smoking some of these smaller brands and boom.
Yeah, by the way, thank you for that, because now when I go somewhere and I try to find the boutique stuff, I'm like, I'm out of luck. So I have to go to, the ones that I know.
Don't let him lie to y'all guys. Normally, Jerry calls me before a big trip when he's going to be gone a week or two at a time. Hey, man, you're going to be home. I'm going to run by and get some cigars. So I'm his walk-in humidor. Yeah, he comes and gets a package from me before he goes out of town. George, fishing off the beach in 84. Do you happen to remember what brand you were smoking? Yeah, Mike, that's the one thing I hear about pretty much everybody that's ever joined barrel burners. They're smoking shit now they didn't even know was invented, and it has made their smoking experience so much better. It's crazy. Like if you go back and if you would look in my humidor 3-4 years ago, pretty much 98% of the cigars that were in my humidor in that time frame, they don't exist to me anymore. They're not in here. It's I'm pretty much boutique everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And just about every boutique company I love, I have a shelf for them. My stuff's not mixed up. I know what I'm grabbing. May not can make my mind up on what I'm going to smoke because I got too many choices. But yeah, the humidor has changed big time. A Royal Jamaican. I don't think I've ever heard of that one. Romeo and Juliet for Scape. Scape, how long ago was that, brother? How long have you been smoking cigars? Also, everybody in chat, just drop your year in chat. Let me see. I want to see how many years everybody's been smoking cigars. Because like I said, I'm new to it. I'm not new to it, but I'm going off consistently smoking cigars, and I'm about 8 years in consistently smoking cigars. Which I did periodically through life have, like Jerry said, the celebration cigars, of friends getting married or friends having a baby. I mean, everybody for those. But me consistently buying and smoking cigars 8 years. I agree, Medic. Once you go boutique, you cannot go back. Jerry can attest to that. I mean, I got him smoking shit now, and he's spoiled, man. He can't not go nowhere else. Peter's been smoking 10 years. Got you, Jerry. That's awesome, George. So one of your first memories of smoking cigars is with your dad. That's awesome, man. That's badass. All right, Jeff. Okay, Jeff. That's nothing wrong with that. 3 years, man. I hope we have helped you in any way, kind of broaden and find what you like and enjoy cigars. Medic's been off and on since the 90s. Routine, 10 years. Okay, 08 for Escape. Okay, Ben, so you're new to it too. 2018. That was the year Barrel Burner started, 2018.
Jeez, already.
Yeah, this is our 5th year anniversary year.
I remember that brainstorming session, man.
Yeah. Rich said he smoked acid and now he can't stand flavored cigars. Yeah, your palate forever changes. What my palate was a year or two ain't necessarily my palate now. I started out just loving everything Maduro. Then I gravitated towards San Andreas, and now I'm loving everything Sumatra. If there's something with a Sumatra binder on it, I'm buying it to try it. So, yeah, the palate seems to be forever changing on what I like. Mike, 91. So you've been consistently, okay, for 2 years. That's a big gap. You did about what I did. Rich is 5 years. So, man, a lot of under 10-year smokers now. I'm glad to have you as Barrel Burner, man. We're growing and learning this together.
The palate changing is a legit thing because, Jason, you know for a fact, I was almost predominantly a Connecticut smoker.
Right.
And now, get a little more into the Habanos and the Maduros. It's got to be a special Maduro for me because I have a tendency to inhale.
Right.
that hard burn.
Well, yeah, you used to come to me and like, man, give me something that ain't so fucking strong. Give me some. What you got? You always wanted my Hooligans and Shamrocks and Connecticut's. That was all you were on for the longest. Yeah. But yeah, you've definitely changed.
Yeah, and this question, is Room 101 still classified as a boutique?
Yes, the threshold is, I think Brandon told us in one of our last streams, if they produce under 1 million cigars a year, I think that's the magic number, 1 million cigars.
Well, shit, Boofy's got to be on that by now, right?
Well, a lot of the extra stuff he does are small runs. It may only be 5,000 or 2,500. The core blends, yeah. But yeah, I figure next few years you're basically not going to have. I mean, a lot of these guys are probably going to produce that, but they'll always be known as a boutique blend because they're still doing things the same. They're blenders. They're normally the quality control is still better. Did I lose you, Jerry? You froze on your screen.
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Can you hear me? Okay.
Oh, we hear you good. You were just froze on my screen.
Okay.
Yeah, Ben, you can definitely. That's a good point too. Changing palate helps keeping sticks for aging. That definitely is something to revisit. But yes, shit, I loved 3-4 years ago. I won't buy no more. They don't hit the same for me no more. So yeah,
but you've also found yourself going back to sticks too.
Yeah, to try them again. Yeah, definitely. And then once I got good at retrohaling, man, that was a game changer. Being able to retrohale and stuff I'd smoked a year or so, you smoke it again and you retrohale, and you're like, oh shit, all this flavor was in there that I never picked up. All this pepper and yeah, it's crazy what the retrohale will do to cigar smoking. So guys, if you're not in the habit of retrohale, and I mean, you don't have to retro every time, but I try to do retro probably 3-4 times a cigar. I like to do it as a cigar transitions. I'll do it when I start out, maybe a quarter of the way in and half and 3/4 vice versa. But yeah, I like to see when I can tell that the flavors are changing, I'll throw in a retro hell and see what I'm getting different. But yeah, that was game changing. Being somebody that never smoked, man, I look like an idiot in here trying to retro hell. All the facial expressions, it looked like I ate something sour, man. That's the one time in my life I envied cigarette smokers. I'm like, man, everybody can blow smoke out of their nose. It can't be this hard. Why is it this hard? And it's like, shit, it took a good week. And I was like, oh, okay, there we go.
Like teaching yourself how to whistle with your fingers?
Oh yeah, I ain't even got time to waste for that. Oh, I'm sorry, Keith. This is Jerry, man. This is my best friend. This is my cigar smoking buddy, and this was also one of your charter members of Barrel Burners. He was one of the first 6 that was there when the idea of this spun off from the poker nights, man. So this is one of your first members. So I know he had been smoking cigars. Yeah, he'd been smoking cigars a while, and I was like, you know what? Let's just get you on here and let's shoot some bull today and have a nice laid-back stream, and that's what we're doing. We're talking golf, we're talking fishing and hunting and cigars, and
I was a lot more active when it first started, and then my travel schedule. So I changed positions at the company, and I started traveling a lot more. So I was unable to get on and interact with the burners when they first got going, because that was right. I started traveling a lot right when you started.
So, yeah, shit. There's times you may only be home 5 or 6 days the whole month. I mean, I've seen these long trips where,
February is going to be one of those months.
Yeah,
but February, I'll be in Panama fishing in February for at least 10 days. So
I'll be Mardi Gras balling while you're fishing. So, yay.
That's going to be fun, man. Usually there's open bars, right?
Yeah, bass fishing's where it's at, Mike. I am a bass fishing fool. I prefer fishing over hunting any day. Yeah. I only did hunting as a way to spend time with my dad and my grandpa, but fishing, man, bass fishing that's where my heart's at. I've taught Jerry a few things bass fishing from time to time. We can throw the same exact bait, and I can still kick his butt.
Asshole.
Shit,
I think it was because you were at the front of the boat, man.
Man, you just got to know how to work that crankbait, man. I know how to work. I know how to work the stick.
Now, Harris, look, man.
George is always on the road.
So, what I found myself doing here is I'll take my Herfador with me and a bottle of bourbon, and I'll get to the hotels, and at night I'll sit on the bed of my pickup in the parking lot of the hotel and have me a drink and a stick. And that keeps me out of all kinds of trouble.
And it's cheaper than going to a lounge in every city and blowing a couple $100 a night.
We'll tell you this, man. I was in OKC last week, and the Stag in Brickyard or Bricktown.
Okay.
Was a hell of a little bar, man.
Yeah, I know these guys in here know all the hole in the walls. Yeah, Mike, we'll definitely do some fishing. George, oh yeah, I know how to crank it. So, guys, normally are you a solo smoker, or do you have friends in your area that you smoke with on a regular basis? Because I know a lot of you guys have the luxury of having a lounge. Well, my lounge is here, so I don't have that luxury. But to me, it don't matter, man. I'll smoke alone. I mean, I was the only child for the longest, so my wife all the time's like, man, our kid needs somebody to play with. I go, nah, man, I was the only child, and I turned out fine. She goes, no, you didn't. I was like, well, I think I turned out fine, but I'm okay being alone.
That's debatable.
Yeah, I'm okay being alone. I mean, it doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me to smoke alone or hang out alone. My kid yesterday come in the man cave was like, Dad, I'm bored. I'm like, dude, when I was a kid, you never heard us say we bored. We fucking play with dirt and sticks and play outside till dark and had to be threatened our lives threaten to come in at dark. And my kid's going to be like, he's bored. I'm like, you got a whole room full of stuff. How can you be bored?
And woods. Go play in the woods.
Yeah, exactly. Make a stick gun. Throw some firecrackers at a cat. Do something. Solo, since you moved to South Carolina. Yeah, Rich, I forgot you moved to South Carolina. Hey, you need to hit up Jimmy the Deuce, man. I talked to him the other day, and he was pretty sad he don't have no golf buddies now that he moved to South Carolina. I think he's in the Myrtle Beach area, if I remember right. But yeah, you definitely need to get with James. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you, George. I mean, normally I'm alone unless I can get some of the guys to come hang out. But yeah, I don't mind it because to me, cigars is my way to relax. So after a bad day, I want to come outside. I want to fix a glass of bourbon. I don't get drunk by any means. I don't even get a buzz because I'm a slow sipper on my bourbon. I want the bourbon to last like my cigar. So I will pour one glass, smoke a cigar, and you give me that hour and a half of woosah, and man, the world is better after that. I don't care what's going on. I mean, you could be burning it down around me, but for that hour and a half, that's the only time I can shut my mind off. I can walk in the house and my mind be empty. And the minute I lay down, I'm that person that once I get to bed, 120 ideas run through my head at once, and I'm awake for 2 hours tossing and turning, trying to turn my brain off again. So cigars is the only time I can truly, truly relax. Morning smokes. Yeah, Keith, you go to the lounge a lot, man. So I know you're in the lounge a lot. Yeah, Ben, you're like me, smoke alone at home most times. And it's okay. I haven't smoked with a lot of you guys in forever, man. I hope to see you guys at some meetups this year. Wow. So y'all live 20 minutes apart and y'all have only smoked one time together? Yeah, George, you need to go back to gigoloing or retire. Scape's big into cooking now, man. Scape, I like watching your TikTok videos, man. I wish you would go a little more in depth with the preparation of what you cook because I'm intrigued. I want to step up my grill game and my cooking game, and I love the dishes you put together, but I would love to see the beginning phase of everything you do to prep. So I hope to see some of that in the future on your TikTok, but I do like your videos.
I'm gonna look up Skate.
I don't remember. It's something kitchen is his TikTok. Skate, what's your TikTok handle, man? But yeah, man, he throws down some badass dishes, man. I just like I said, I'm more curious to see how it got to that point, not the finished result. Shit, I can find him right now before he even answers. It's like cooking or by the time I get my TikTok, I've moved around. Never, when you're our age, guys, let me tell you the worst problem you can have in your life. If you ever rearrange your home screen on your cell phone and you can't remember where the apps are newly at, because you go off of, it's like muscle memory, man. When the apps have been there so long, I don't have to look. I click. So I did that new update where I could put my calendar and all my events at the top, and it rearranged all my apps because it moved them down, and now I'm lost, man. I can't not.
JC, you know what's fucked up, man? Is that the other day I did something in my pocket and it deleted that one on the top, and all my shit was shifted up, and I had this big blank space at the bottom, and I, for the life of me, could not fucking remember what was missing. I was like, oh shit, something's changed. What's
Escape, what's your TikTok, man? There it is. Escape to my kitchen. Yeah, I love seeing it, man. I know you can throw down, but yeah, if you ever can get to that preparing part, man, I definitely love to watch those videos because I follow so many different barbecue guys and smoker guys, and I love the whole, well, this is the rub I'm using, this is what I'm doing, and shows me those steps, and it's like, all right, this is pinned, this is a favorite video now. I love going back to try to do some of that. But yeah, man, you definitely throw down, and you got that new kitchen too, man. That kitchen turned out good. How many guys are in here have smokers at home? Are you a pellet smoker, or are you an old school traditional wood, or are you electric smoker? What you using? I technically use a electric smoker because I normally don't have the time to sit there and man and fight a fire the whole time because I'm chasing a kid around or doing other shit around the house. So electric smoker has been perfect for me, and I've had it probably 6-7 years. And man, I tell you what, when you open that thing and see the layer of smoke on the inside of the walls, you know the food's about to be good. A Camp Chef pellet smoker. I hear great things on the pellet smoker.
Dude, it's a game changer.
Yeah, I agree, George. You can't hide money. Skate can't hide money, man. So is that what you got too, a pellet smoker?
Yeah. Actually got it. And the reason I like it is that you can set the temp, you can set everything and walk away.
Scape's son is savage. Damn, Scape. You know it's all right to backhand one. Nobody's going to tell. So how exactly does the pellet smoker work? So it's part electric, right? Is it running off of electricity?
Yeah, it is. It is electric. The burner and the auger are electric. So you dump your pellets in the hopper, and it does actually just fires it up and cooks it off. So and it keeps the right temperature. So it just slowly puts the pellets
so
into
your pellet smoker
the
is identical to my electric smoker. I just put wood chips in mine. Mine's a wood chip reserve in the side. I set the temp and the time, and I never have to touch it again. Except your pellet smoker, it's going to auto fill the pellets as it's needed. Is that the only difference?
Yeah.
Because mine, I got to go back every 30 minutes to an hour and add more wood chips to mine because it doesn't have a big reserve.
Yeah, mine has a 20-pound hopper or 30-pound hopper.
I might have to upgrade to the pellet then, because that's the only thing I hate about mine, the constant having to go put more wood chips on it. I mean, of course, you're only putting it for the first few hours, because what is it, after 4 or 5 hours, the meat don't absorb the smoke anymore anyway?
Right.
Yeah, so Rich got the same thing. Auger feeds the pellet.
Yeah.
What's up, Bruce? Good morning. And it's Wi-Fi. Oh, now that would be a nice change.
Dude, it's like,
wow.
It'll pop on your watch, on your Apple Watch, that your grill has reached temp or your meat's reached the temp.
Oh, man, my meat always reaches the temp, so my phone be going off nonstop. Now, that's cool, man. I like the Wi-Fi option. That might, I might have to upgrade that. And I also seen the new meat thermometers you leave in while you cook, and they are on Wi-Fi too. And you set the app to tell you when it reaches the internal temperature, and then you get the notification, then you know to pull it off. Now that's cool, man.
MEATR.
Yeah, technology has made everything almost idiot-proof. As long as you can run a smartphone, you can pretty much do anything now with technology. Yeah, I've seen Skate, man. Some of the steaks and stuff he's cooked. Yeah, I'm sure you're up to 10 followers now, Skate, because a few of these guys just
followed him. So.
Yeah, so tell your son you have 10 followers now, not 8. Get it right. You call it a porch oven, super convenient, cooks well. Yeah, and it gives you a reason to be outside smoking because it's outside cooking, and your wife will leave you alone that half a day you're cooking. The other thing I just did. Go ahead, Jerry.
I do still like using the old school. I have a barrel smoker as well, so I do still like that old school barrel
wood on it.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I guess those are good if you have a newer one. Some of those older ones would not hold fucking temperature. They'll bow up. You get cracks in the lid where it don't fit a tight seal, and you're constantly fighting it. So what I've actually did, how many of you guys in here are avid grillers, and are you using gas or charcoal? So I finally got rid of all my gas grills, and I went back to charcoal, and I love it, man. I no longer gas grill. The only thing, of course, I hate with charcoal is the 30 or 40 minute wait time before you can start cooking, where a gas grill, I go turn the knobs on, and by the time I go inside, get the food and everything, and come out, I mean, I'm ready to cook on it. But that also gives me more time to smoke cigars, and the wife's not like, "Why are you outside smoking it?" Well, I'm preheating. I'm getting everything
I'm
ready,
cooking.
man. Yeah, I'm cooking,
baby. I'm cooking. I have a buddy of mine
that wouldn't
from
be fun, Bruce. If technology smoked cigars for us, it wouldn't be fun. Scapes Kid is at it again. No way, Daddy. You got 10 followers now. You're on your way. Damn, Scape, you brought that boy into the world, and that's how he treats you? Hey, lock him out of the Wi-Fi, man. Change the Wi-Fi password. That's how you get a kid back these days. Lock him out of the Wi-Fi, and he'll never treat you with disrespect again. So how easy? I mean, what's the cleanup process, Rich or Jerry, on a pellet? He said the pellet cleanup is super easy. So what are you doing? Just cleaning the pellet bin out?
Yeah, grab the shop vac and vacuum out the ashes.
Very nice, George. I used to be the same way, man, but I started missing the taste of cooking on charcoal and being able to put just a flavored piece of log in there and changing the whole taste of the food I was cooking. But yeah, normally I'm a lazy grill, but now I don't have the choice because I gave Jerry my last gas grill. I'm like, get it out of here. Let me be forced to cook. And I do want to add the smoker chamber to my grill I got, because there's a spot where I can add the smoker box and then kind of use my grill as a smoker too. So I kind of want to cater to going that way. Weber's are great too. Okay. It has a cup at the bottom, collects the ash. See, and that's the one good thing about my smoker. The trough that you put the wood in is the same trough the ashes are in. So after it's cooled down, I just pull the little tray out, dump the ashes, and I'm good. The only thing I really have to clean is the grates and the drip pan where everything drips into the water that I'd put in the bottom, or the beer. Normally I'm use beer and not water as my smoking liquid. Gas is definitely good when you're in a hurry, Ben, because I can literally cook on a gas grill in the time it takes to preheat the charcoal, because you got to wait on the charcoal because I have the chimney I put my charcoal in. You got to wait on it to completely burn and quit smoking. Then you dump it in the grill, and then you got to close the grill and wait on the grill to heat. So yes, a gas grill, I can prep, cook, and everything in the time before I even get the charcoal. But like I said, I don't mind now because I'm smoking a cigar during that whole period. Just like I used to hate cutting grass, but now for the 2 hours I'm on a riding lawnmower, I get 2 cigars in. Don't mind it. Oh, you deep clean it? Shit, I ain't deep cleaning shit, man. I leave all that on the wall. That all helps flavor, man. I probably got 1 inch thick black just smoke residue on the inside of my smoker. And when you open it, you smell it, and you're like, oh, this is heaven, man. I ain't cleaning that. That's supposed to be on there. Only thing I clean is my grates on the inside. And I take out the pan, the 2 drip pans, throw them in the dishwasher, go about my way. Oh, George, good point. Let's look at this. I had a Blackstone, and I just gave it to Jerry, man. I got tired living here in Louisiana, and it's so humid. That thing will rust in a week's time. I got tired of fighting it.
Yeah, I got to re-season it. I seasoned it when you gave it to me. I got to go back and re-season it again.
Dude, if you do not cook on that Blackstone here in Louisiana once a week and season it afterwards, it will be so rusty when you go back to it. It takes you forever just to be able to cook on it again. All right, so George says use better seasoning instead of different wood. He's been using Spiceology rubs and spices. I use a lot of I'm a firm believer in rubs. I use a lot of them on mine, but the gas
you just
grill,
like to rub your meat.
Right, I do like to rub my meat, but gas grill, I never used wood on a gas grill. But I got one of my favorite seasons to use is a bourbon brown sugar, man, and I will put that on a ham when I smoke a ham. I like that on my pork chops. Rich says he's afraid of fire. Okay, well, Yeah, there you go. Clean the grill when it keeps catching fire. Yeah, that's one thing on the gas grill I don't miss when I'm cooking greasy stuff like burgers and it would set the whole pit on fire.
Yeah.
I do not miss that at all. I don't deal with that near as much on charcoal as I did on the gas grill, man. I would have to, there's many a times I'd have to run, shut off all the gas to the bottle and try to smother it out because it just got out of hand in a hurry.
I'll be right back,
Scape.
guys.
Yep, go for it, man. So, Scape, you do a lot of the kitchen, or are you using smokers and you using grills outside with your cooking? Yeah, Medic, I agree, man. That the smoker, to me, you should have that thick layer of smoke on the inside because I mean that just it's kind of like using cast iron, man. You just keep letting it build up and protect it. Killer Hog is a good, and Meat Church Voodoo. I have never heard of that. What kind of flavor is Meat Church Voodoo, Medic? What kind of flavor profile is that? I'm curious. Where's my Espinosa boys at today? Espinosa tenure today in chats. Meat Church Voodoo, man. Any idea who makes that, Medic? I want to Google that. And that's exactly what I want to do, Scape. My new grill has the hookup to put the smoker box and do the indirect heat. So I definitely want to try that this summer. I don't even think I've ever seen that brand down here, man. We normally have like McCormick and stuff like that, and then some local brands, but I've never seen Meat Church. Meat Church is the brand, okay. And it's called Voodoo. Definitely going to look into that. Have you tried the Voodoo he's talking about, Scape? I'm curious to see what the flavor of this Voodoo is. We got to look at that, Jerry. The brand is called Meat Church, and the flavor is called Voodoo.
Yeah.
It is a rub.
I think they have Meat Church at Academy.
Okay. I need to go to Academy then because I hadn't seen it nowhere.
Oddly enough, Academy Sports is a hell of a good barbecue smoker section.
Yes. They got a good cast iron selection, too. I bought some cast iron for them because every now and then I switch it up and I like to do my steaks in the house on cast iron and not on the grill. I love cast iron cooking. Next, I want to buy the cast iron hanging pot to make chili and jambalaya when I go camping. I want to do the big pots.
Oh, the legit Dutch oven?
Yes. I never dealt with any charcoal grill. Charcoal, man, flavor-wise, I would pick charcoal over a gas grill any day because you get that nice smoky flavor in there. Cajun Rub, check the link. Holy Voodoo. I'm definitely looking into that one, man, because I use a lot of those. So Scape uses the Voodoo and the Gospel. Okay, yep, I'm definitely going to Academy. They have it at Academy. Medic confirmed. Ooh, Trader Joe coffee rub. Okay, I got to check that one too.
We don't have Trader Joe's here though.
No, but I guarantee you, Amazon or somebody online would have it. I would love to try a coffee rub. What are you putting the coffee rub on, Scape? Is it more of a chicken rub or beef or pork? What does that rub go good on, the coffee rub? I know what, man. Y'all got me hungry this morning. Yeah, I was excited to eat my chili that's cooking in the crock pot all day, but goddamn now, man, I want a steak. Use the cast iron on the grill while cooking a steak. Heat the skillet while searing the steak, and then put the steak in the skillet. Oh, yeah. I've seen that done a lot. I've never put my cast iron on the grill yet, but I'm looking at some new grills I'm thinking about buying now that's open fire grills, and you can hang your cast iron and cook on a big area. So I'm going to probably buy an open fire pit for the summer and cook on it. I like cooking on open fire. It reminds me of camping with the campfire. Steaks and chops is what Scape is using that that coffee on. Yeah, indirect. I mean, indirect is good. I mean, of course, it's a lot more time consuming because it's a slow cook. But normally, I'm in a freaking hurry to cook. I don't have. The only time I can seem to find times to work my smokers now is holidays when the wife's got me smoking a ham or something. I don't have 8 to 10 hours to sit out there and invest in smoking all day. I need to do that more on weekends because I absolutely love being outside all day and doing that. Because if I'm home, I would rather be outside. I'm not an inside person at all. Yeah, I'm going to try that, George. I'm going to bring my cast iron out next time I got some time. That way I can make the mess outside, not inside. Mm-hmm. But I do love a cast iron steak all day long, man. What you normally grilling, Jerry? What you and the
typically
wife?
It's typically a brisket. But I will tell you, a chuck roast, poor man brisket.
Now I prefer those over a real brisket. I'm not a big brisket guy. I'd rather do a fucking drunk chicken or a good rack of ribs that fall off the bone. Now I like smoking ribs a lot. I've got those down pretty good where after you pull them off, man, they're falling off the rack as you're trying to get them out of the smoker. So I can do that. Now I do the pork ribs because they're not as tough as the beef ribs. But I do like, tomahawks. Come on, man. Why you got to do that to me? Reverse sear, indirect heat. Oh, Jesus, man.
That's where you cook it first and then you sear it, right?
Yeah, man. We need a damn fucking cooking show, man. This shit is making me hungry. Because that's the one thing I want to step up this year. I want to get better at doing the cooking of the stuff I want to cook. I ain't cooking inside. I like to be outside. I do hope to start camping this year a lot. So a lot of this open fire. Yeah, this should be fun. Ben, I want to move to Nashville too. I want to move.
Legit, man.
I want to be on the outskirts of Nashville. I don't want to live in the actual city, but I would love to be about 30 minutes from Nashville, so I still have that Nashville lifestyle and a short drive, but I'm right outside the craziness. I can definitely see myself in Tennessee when I retire. Tennessee or northern Arkansas, I could definitely be a mountain man for sure.
Oh, nice, Scape. I'm going to have to try that.
Get it to 105, let it rest the grill. Woo! See, back to what you said, George. You can't hide money. This dude is cooking tomahawks in a 90K kitchen. You can't hide money. He should have more than 10 followers, guys. Just his lifestyle alone.
My wife hides it all the fucking time.
Yeah. How's that cigar coming, Jerry? I know you're a slow smoker. You probably just got to the band, huh?
Yeah, pretty much.
Next, this to try is I don't even know how to say that, George.
Sous vide.
Sous vide. What is sous vide? Somebody enlighten me.
So you basically cook it in a bag.
Okay.
It's a water immersion cooking technique. So you bring the water up to like 140 or whatever it is, whatever.
So you're like boiling it?
Pretty much. You cook and it cooks it evenly throughout, and then you take it out and you sear it. Right, Skate?
What meat is that best? Is that best for like what kind of meat is that best for?
I've had some hella good sous vide steaks, man.
Super low water cooking. Got you. So the other thing, who grills fish? Any of you have experimented with putting fish on the grill? How are y'all doing it, and what kind of fish are you doing? I've always been intrigued by the salmon and the stuff I see kind of filleted open and done and wrapped in tinfoil with all the like lemons and shit in it. I've never done it. I'm scared to grill fish. I'm scared I'm going to fuck it up because it's a real delicate meat to start with. So I'm scared I'm going to like overcook it. It's going to be like rubber.
It does. It looks like it's been sitting out too long. Escape.
Yeah, it looks like when you're
shit you take
thawing
it
out frozen meat and it's like a pale, pale white color because it's got water in it. George wears cufflinks around his house with nothing else on. I do a salmon with an apricot glaze. Jerry, you've done fish because I know y'all cook fish sometimes. How are you doing?
Actually, so what we used to do in Colorado, we'd go trout fishing, and we would take an onion, a lemon, some thyme, and some tinfoil with us. And you'd catch a couple, you'd gill them and gut them. You build you a little fire, you wrap them in aluminum foil, you put onion and the lemon in them and the thyme on top, and you pull your bed of coals out and just cover it in bed of coals. You go back fishing and then come back and eat.
Okay.
So it's not fish. The only thing about grilling fish, number one, you got to make sure, like, put it in aluminum foil or in like the fish racks or whatever, or on a plank.
Moisture in.
Right. And don't overcook it. You can really overcook fish quickly.
That's what I never tried. That's what I'm worried about.
So, I haven't tried that smoking it. Ooh, I need to do that on the pellet grill. Get a nice salmon plank.
Yeah, I've never thought about smoking it because we're in the South. Most of the time when we eat fish, it's fried. You're going to fry your catfish. You're going to fry your bass. You can do I do normally Academy sells a lemon batter. It's actually hints of lemon in the flavor of the batter. Super good. We fry the fish with that, but never. I'm just too intimidated to attempt to grill fish. I don't want to run dinner and we wait all evening to eat and then you can't eat the shit. So I guess I'm just going to have to practice and dummy one and be like, all right, cook a backup just in case.
I like a good baked. Well, everybody but here calls them crappie, white perch.
Yeah, we call them white perch.
But it's actually a black crappie.
Well, if you're getting the big ones that's as big as your hand, they fillet easy and they're easy to cook. Yeah. They're good quality meat.
Best fish out there.
You fry the tails too, man. Eat the tails like potato chips.
Hell yes.
Anybody in here ever ate fried fish tails? Come on, man. You got to eat that shit. Smoked salmon is a shit. Lots of capers, red onions, and crackers.
Hell yes.
See, I love salmon. Wife hates salmon. My kid loves salmon too, but the only way I can normally eat salmon is blackened real nicely with flavor. I don't like some of that salmon that's super, super fishy, but you give me a good blackened salmon, the way it's blackened in Louisiana, full of the spice and the flavor, love it all day long. Well, yeah, everybody eats pork rinds, but where it's at, Medic, you fry that fish with the tail on it, and that tail is just like potato chips. Maybe we're crazy down here, but even as a kid, we would eat the tails. Smoked or raw salmon. No, I ain't eating shit raw. Well, there is one
thing.
Come
on, man.
That's it.
You don't eat sushi, bro? Thank you, Scape. I was fixing to say something.
I do eat sushi, but it has to be more of the cooked variety, not the solid raw. No, can't do it.
Dude, next time we go tuna fishing, I'll get you out there. Well, because the first tuna you catch, you cut it up, a little bit of lemon or lime, and some soy sauce right there on the boat, babe.
Oh, fuck that, man.
No, it's good. It is good.
I can spell all 4-letter words, George, for sure. Damn, now I want pork rinds. Man, this stream has made me hungry this morning. What's your favorite thing to grill, Jerry? Is it? I think I asked you earlier.
Yeah.
Pork chops and steaks are mine.
Yeah, I like a chuck roast. Oh, dude, you have not eaten fish until you've caught it, cut it up on the boat, and had it, man. It's Let's go, man.
Fuck George. Ribs and butts. I like boobs and butts normally, Medic, but I mean, if you like ribs, go for it. Yeah, but that's smoker food for me. If I'm going to cook a rib or a butt, it's on a smoker. I'm talking about traditional grilling, not your smoker. What are you throwing down mostly for your family? What are you grilling? Not putting in your smoker. Yeah, it's normally steaks and pork chops. Aiden loves my blackened pork chops. I do a lot of pork chops. The wife likes the corn on the cob. She'll season it, wrap it in the tinfoil, and I'll put that on the grill for her. So that's normally the variety. We'll do asparagus. She'll season those up. I'll put them in the pan, put those on the grill too. But yeah, burgers is another good quick one. Raw tuna is the shit. Y'all, that's all you all old people. Y'all didn't have fire when you were kids, so you had to eat everything raw. Yeah, asparagus.
It's really good, Jason.
We eat a lot of asparagus in this house. That's one of the few vegetables I'll eat. I'm not a vegetable eater. The wife gets so mad, I'll grill like 4 different types of meats, and she goes, "What are we having with it?" I go, "This is it. We're eating just meats." And the kid loves it. He don't care for the vegetables either, so she's in there scrounging to put something together. I'm like, "Listen, I do all the main course. You're supposed to do the sides." Yeah, some good veggies on the grill, man. I like the bell peppers and the onions and the squash and zucchini, steak and burgers. So hey, George is going to bring the wasabi.
Hell yeah.
I'll do the drunk chickens on the pit if I don't want to throw them on the smoker. I don't like grilling chicken, man, unless it's the smoke, the beer can chickens. Chicken, it's like it's either undercooked or it's too fucking dry, depending on the thickness of the chicken you're cooking. And I'm not a big chicken eater anyway. I like the steak, the pork, and the beef over and the deer. I'll throw deer meat on the grill too, man. I'll marinate the deer meat and have it cut like steaks. I'll throw that on there. Asparagus and tinfoil, salt and pepper. Yep, bunch of garlic, definitely.
I always overcook my asparagus when I do it that way. It always ends up too mushy, and I've never been able to figure it out.
Yeah, because I don't like big asparagus, but I still want it to be somewhat crunchy when I eat it, so I don't like it real soggy. So yeah, bison burgers. I've cooked some bison burgers before. Portobello mushroom caps with butter and garlic cheese. All this sounds good. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, you guys are throwing down. I'm coming to eat at your house. Screw these meetups at cigar lounges. We're meeting up at somebody's house that can throw down on a grill and a smoker, man.
I nominate Jason.
No, man, I can't cook near like some of these guys, man. They're saying shit I never even thought about cooking and the way to cook.
You just provide the place, man.
I can provide the place. I can invite 10 people that can cook good. I'm capping it at 10. Camel burgers. I've never had camel burgers. I've had camel toe. Camel burgers. Did you eat camel burgers when you were over in the desert, Jerry?
No.
Never
I try to stay as far away from them grumpy bastards as possible.
They honor you like a woman, man. They let you get close. I did want to shoot
a couple of them sons of bitches.
They spit in your eye. Delicious. George, you had camel burger? Is that what you're saying is delicious? A camel burger?
Or camel toe.
Where the fuck does one buy camel burger patties at? I didn't even know that was a meat that was sold. Elk is good if it's not too gamey.
I take elk over venison, actually.
You take elk over venison?
Yeah.
Nah, see, not me. I love, man, it's fried deer meat, grilled deer meat, deer jerky, deer chili, thighs on the grill, breast in the oven. Yeah, see, breast on the grill being so thick, man, it's like because they're thick and then they taper all small, so you're overcooking the skinny part, undercooking the big part. Elk over venison, George agrees. I'm still curious about these fucking camel burgers.
We're going to have to find some, Jason.
Rich
I'm
brought
down to
camel
try it.
meat down for us during our meetup. Where the fuck do you get camel meat at? Is this like some underground market?
Hold on, I got to find that shit. Hang on.
3 hours on pecan and cherry wood, 2 hours wrap. Yeah, I do the 3-2-1 method. Actually, I do a 3-2-2. I do the 3 hours open, 2 hours wrapped in beer, and then I come back another 2 hours unwrapped with the saucer spray on it. Because I try to cook super low heat, so I want those ribs to have as many hours in the smoker as possible. But yeah, I'm pretty much similar to what you're doing on the ribs, Medic, and literally they fall off the bone when I'm trying to get them off the smoker.
Oh, cool. Listen,
He got it in
camel
Ohio.
meat is healthier. Camel meat is healthier than other meats due to its low levels of cholesterol and fat than other meats. Taste of camel meat is similar to a mild beef flavor, which makes it great for those looking for a healthier meat without compromising on the beef flavor. $10 a pound.
Yeah, healthy normally don't mean it tastes good, though. He said most will have elk, ostrich, camel, and gator. Well, we can get all the gator you want down here. I love, fried. I've never had gator any way other than fried, so I don't know how it would be anywhere else, but fried, it's great. Yeah, I'm with you, Medic. I'll keep the heart attack. Give me the fatty shit that's bad for you. Man, I'm intrigued, man. We're gonna have to cook some camel, Jerry. They turned us on to something new today.
I was at a friend's house the other night, and we were doing like a bourbon tasting thing. Everybody brought a bottle of bourbon, and you go through and taste them. A guy from South Louisiana was there and brought alligator legs.
Alligator legs.
So yeah, little 4-foot gators. You do the legs, the front legs and the back legs, and they're almost like chicken wings. Fried them up and made up.
Yeah, that's almost like the movie Waterboy, where she was serving the whole baby alligators on the table.
Yeah, but it was legit, man. If you didn't think about it, you would think it was chicken wings, like all flats. But it was that gator taste. I mean, it was legit. It was great.
So you guys that have cooked the camel, how did you prepare the camel? What did you use? Nah, George and Rich, I don't give a crap about the chicken because I don't cook it for me. The wife wants it, so I throw a few pieces on there for her. Me and the kid don't really fool with the chicken. We eat the manlier stuff. I won't waste time cooking damn chicken. And yes, pea always stinks with asparagus, but it cleans out your body. I want to know about this camel preparing, man. Somebody get on here before we get off, because I know Jerry's got shit to do, and we're trying to smoke to the cigar's end, but he's a slow smoker, so he may not can wait it out. But I'm definitely curious on this camel shit now. I've learned something today. I'm going to have to check my holiday gifts every year the company gives us, because I normally get the steaks and the hams, and I'm going to see if they got fucking camel next time, because it comes out of Montana, this company, and they'll send us in the big ice boxes. They deliver it to our door. Garlic.
And adobo.
That's it. Wow. But you made burgers out of it, though, Scape. Have you ate it any other way other than a burger? Jerry, we need to fucking crank up the grills and do an all-day cooking session, man. This has got me inspired.
Hell yeah. I'm down, man.
We definitely got to get some camping in this year and some golf. Yeah, sometimes simpler is better. I know I've had people prepare chicken, and they would just use salt and pepper, and that would be some of the damn best chicken I ever used. All they put was salt and pepper on it and grilled it, and I'm like, whoa, what the hell you use? She goes, just salt and pepper. I'm like, fuck. I do these rubs and injections and all this shit, and it still don't taste as good as just salt and pepper. How many guys are campers in here? And are you camping? Do you take your grill, or are you using just open fire? I'm trying to get all my shit built up for camping again. I probably, like I said, I'm buying. There's a few companies that make some badass open fire pits. I agree, George. That's with anything, man. Sometimes you can just overdo, but sometimes basics anything, take it back. That's what it's saying. Always take it back to the basics. Salt and pepper, little Cajun seasoning.
Keep it simple.
Same thing with cigars, man. You don't need a lot of expensive shit to enjoy cigars. Just cut that mother freaker and light it up and smoke it, man. Don't let anybody tell you different. Cigars is all about the experience. It's the same. I posted a video on YouTube yesterday where people asked me, what's the best cutter? I get asked, new people smoking all the time, what's the best cutter? Whatever you like, man. Whatever smoke experience you're looking. If you like more smoke and more draw, straight cutter scissors. V-cut, I mean, punch, if you want more intensity, it's whatever you prefer. So the best thing to do cutter-wise, try them all, figure out what you like. Don't let anybody tell you one's better than the other because it's preference. Mm-hmm. That's all it is.
And sometimes the cigar will let you know what it likes to be done better too. I mean, I've smoked, my primary cut is a V-cut.
You're welcome.
On some, right? But on some that I would normally V-cut, like if I'm playing golf or something and have left my V-cut at home, I'll do a punch.
And I keep a punch on all my golf bags, man. There's punches on every keychain I own. If I'm somewhere in a hurry, you don't need a cutter. I punch it. I mean, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Yeah, Calibri V.
They make the best V-cut on the market. They were the only V-cut that will cut small and big ring gauges. Yep. Same one. I mean, you see my V-cut today.
Yeah.
That's normally what I'm going to gravitate towards, but I have every variety of cutter laying around. I keep a straight cutter in my truck. I keep, like I said, punches. It's whatever you prefer, man. And like Jerry said, the cigar will tell you. If you cut it one way and the draw's still too tight, you may have to change your cut. I will say this, and it doesn't happen often. I had a big name boutique brand. I tried to smoke Friday. My brother was over. We had a cigar together. I straight cut that cigar. Could not get any draw out of it. This thing was packed so tight. So I came and straight cut it again, took even more out. I could not pull any draw to it. I threw it down, got the same cigar out of my humidor again, and it was perfect. And it does not happen much, but these things are handmade, hand-rolled, good quality cigar. It happens, but that cigar, it was not going to be smoked. Yeah, it's the only V-cutter to buy, Medic. I bought the Zycar V-cutter before. It will not do the big ring gauges at all. So don't waste your money on that one if you like a V-cut. But Calibri, ever how you say it, because I'll butcher these names. Yeah. It's the best V-cutter, hands down. Zycar, I buy for straight cuts. I even have the scissors. I've been using a lot of the cigar scissors on the smaller ring gauges I can't V-cut. So, I've used them all, man. All right, guys, we're going to go a few more minutes, and then we're going to let Jerry get to his busy day of wife duties. And by then, we've probably almost done with these cigars, so we'll go – I say 7 more minutes. We'll take it to that 1 hour and 20-minute mark. I normally do around an hour and 30 minutes. So if that's good with Jerry, y'all got us for 7 more minutes. I appreciate the conversations today, man. Y'all really, really – yes, you did. Yes, you did, George. Really, really have enjoyed the talk today with cooking. Y'all inspire me, man. We may need a cooking channel that's just strictly in the Discord server about cooking. George, talking to the guys that run Cigars for Warriors, they told me for the military guys over there, cutters are the single most rare thing to get their hands on. Cutters are like gold. So one cigar shop 2 years ago donated over 100 cutters to us. I mailed them the Cigars for Warriors, and they were ecstatic because they said that's the one thing they really don't have over there. They're using knives or just biting off the end. So when they get cutters, they are ecstatic. It's harder to get than the cigars. So the military guys do love getting the cutters.
One thing that I have appreciated about Cigars for Warriors is that when I was in, there wasn't a whole lot of cigars available or around. So that's why I didn't have any experience with it until after I got out. But it's more I guess the cigar culture is coming back around. So in the 20s and 30s, it was big. 40s and 50s maybe it was big, and then it sort of declined. And now I'm seeing a lot more cigar culture and a lot more cigar acceptance.
Yeah. So when you were active duty over there, of course, y'all could get cigarettes pretty easy, but they didn't provide cigars. You couldn't get them.
I never saw any. Now
Yeah.
we had a couple of the old guys that we were in with that they brought their own or had some sent over. But I didn't. I mean, of course, I was a Marlboro Light smoker at the time, so we were just happy to have tax-free cigarettes. But that was still back. That was still back when they were $1.20 a pack, $1.25 a pack, something like that.
Shit, what are they, like $8 a pack for a pack of cigarettes now? It's ridiculous.
Yeah, probably.
I remember being a kid and my mom would stop at the store because she was a smoker her whole life. Man, she'd get a whole carton for like $20. But I mean, old school, like growing up in the 80s, man, they were pack-a-day smokers. I couldn't imagine being a pack-a-day smoker at today's prices, man. That's ridiculous.
It was brutal. Even at 8 years ago or whatever, when I quit smoking.
It's been that long? I know when we first started hanging out many years ago, you were a heavy cigarette smoker.
And then I quit. I've quit and started back a few times.
Now, being a cigar smoker, does it help you not smoke cigarettes, or does it make you want to revert back and have a cigarette? Because you are smoking. So how does that, for somebody that's quit cigarettes and are strictly a cigar smoker now, how does that do with your habit?
Dude, I'll always want a cigarette. Always.
Really?
Always. Doesn't matter. I cannot smoke a cigar. And that to me that's easy. But I will always want a cigarette.
And you're weird. Pretty much a daily cigar smoker again now, right? You pretty much have one daily.
Usually weekends.
Especially if you're on the road, you're having Friday and Saturday. Daily.
Yeah. If I'm on the road, it's pretty much daily.
Yeah, because you're not getting bitched at for having a cigar if you're on the road.
Well, and then also it's just instead of sitting in a hotel room, rubbing my meat.
Yeah, rubbing one out. The guys in the chat, everybody's left. How many are you a daily cigar smoker? And if you're still a daily, how many you get in daily? I'm 2 to 3 a day, and when I say 3, that's normally if I'm home all day, like Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I'll get 3. There may be some days I get 4 in, but other than that, the days I work and come home, I'll normally get 2 cigars in that evening. I'll smoke them back to back. I'll come out to the man cave after the family eats and they settle down and they're winding down. So I'll get 2 in normally. And then when you think about that, you go, oh my God, if I just say it's 2 cigars a day, that's 14 a week. You got to think about how much money you're spending in a year on cigars, man. I know George puts down a couple a day. Peter's a 1 a day. I know, like I said, George, I don't know how often Scape is smoking now. Yeah, Peter's going to smoke 4 today. He's 1 a day. That makes no sense. But you missed yesterday, so that should mean you smoked 2 today, not 4. Yeah, medic. I mean, you work on an ambulance, so I mean, you can't really smoke. That's frowned upon. You don't want to go up in flames with the oxygen tanks. So, yeah, George. I think George has me top. George probably smokes more than 3 a day, especially if he's driving. I think my most cigars in one day, and this is crazy, but I've smoked 8 in one day before. Next day, man, I was coughing that shit up, and I don't even inhale. But, I mean, 8 cigars in one day was brutal. And when we have these meetups all day, I can easily get 6 to 8 in at a meetup, man. We fry our pallets. When we have a barrel burner meetup, your palate is shot after 2 days of smoking at these meetups. Oh, yes. Jerry, have you tried that new Big Sky yet? The Cryptid?
I think you and I had it at your house. Okay. But maybe not. I think we were sitting by the pool that day.
Yeah, the pre-release. Yeah, they just got them back in. That's right. We did have the pre-release together. But it's a lot better than the pre-release was. So whatever they may have tweaked after the pre-release,
I need to try it again. I'll come get
It's
one
very
from you
good.
next week.
Yeah, I need to order another box. Pipes, I'm slowly trying to get back into pipes, Ben. I find pipes not relaxing to me because I can't keep them lit. I love the taste of the pipe tobacco, but I can't relax. A cigar I can light and I don't have to fuck with it again for an hour and a half. Pipes, to me, it's too much work for a little bit of smoke. So the guys, we're going to have a big pipe her for our next Saturday night main event. We're going to start from step one all the way up. We're going to smoke a pipe, then we're going to move on to cigars. But for anybody that's new to pipes or doing it wrong, evidently like I am, we're going to have a little educational pipe session. 8
I'd be
sounds
down for
like
that.
30 go around. Yeah, that's going to be a fun one, man. You don't want to miss that. Because I own 3 pipes now, on several different in pipe smoking is way better on your pocketbook than cigars. I mean, you can get pipe, the tobaccos, man, $30, $40. You can have everything you need to start pipe smoking. Super cheap. And then, of course, if you get into it, you can get the fancier pipes and everything. But, I mean, pipe tobacco is super cheap, goes a long way. 36 round. We have done a 36 round before, didn't we, Jerry? We played back to back.
Yeah, we need to do that again.
Yeah, normally, I mean, literally, when we play golf, we're 3 or 4 hours for a fucking 18-hole round, because it's normally busy where we're at, or it's a tournament we're playing in, and everything's bottlenecked. So that's why I take a lot of cigars, because we're out there forever, it seems, because we normally can only play on weekends, and the courses are packed. But definitely, if the course is right and we're not bottlenecked, I'm smoking 3 that day easily.
Yeah. All right, guys. I got to scoot, man. Thank y'all.
All right, Jerry. Thanks for joining me, brother. Catch up before you hit the road again. We need to get some golf in or hang out or do something. So,
absolutely,
everybody tell Jerry bye. I'm going to stay in a little bit longer with you guys, and enjoy the honeydews,
guys, thank y'all for having me. Thank y'all,
sir.
man.
All right, bye. All right, guys. You got just me now for another 7 minutes. Now I'm going to eat some lunch with the family, see what the wife has lined up for me. Back to where you at. Rich, you were in 87 to 91, and you saw 0. You were stationed overseas as well? Rich is 1-2 a day. I didn't realize you served, Rich. Appreciate you for your service, man. I don't know how I missed that. Maybe I knew and I forgot. So you were over there about the same time Jerry was. Early 90s, Desert Storm. Yeah, we talk about that all the time. He said cigars then you didn't really see many of them, the soldiers having them, which I don't think the cigar culture has boomed, and there's way more people smoking cigars than ever now. Even with the old cigar guys dying off, man, there's a lot of cigar smokers now. You can't really go nowhere anymore and not bump into a cigar smoker, especially if you're like at a music festival or anywhere that's an outdoor activity now. Anytime we go anywhere, I see somebody smoking a cigar now. Ben, thanks for dropping by, brother. I love it, man. I love the whole cigar culture. Love everything about it. I love the friendships made. I mean, there's guys in here, man. If barrel burners folded under tomorrow and we never had barrel burners again, man, I've got lifelong friendships that we've made from barrel burners. And there's guys I will always keep in touch with. There's guys I would always try to see if I'm traveling in their neck of the woods. I mean, cigar culture, I mean, there's nothing like it, man. There's nothing. I've been in a lot of different, motorcycle clubs, collectors clubs, video games. There's nothing like the friendships made in a cigar club, man. It's brought so many people together. Medic, I said the same exact thing earlier. When I come home and it's been a bad day, you give me a cigar, you give me a glass of whiskey, and for an hour and a half, my mind is shut off, and I don't think about nothing, man. Nothing is thought about, and that is the best way to relax. Everybody relaxes differently, of course, but to me, cigar and whiskey, or as of this morning, coffee and cigars, there's no better time to relax. Hour and a half almost in this stream, I haven't had to think about shit. It's nice, man. Yes, they do, George. It doesn't matter if you make $20K a year or $300,000 a year. That cigar is your common ground. That cigar gives you a conversation to have. Doesn't matter how elite you are, how rich you are, how poor you are. At that moment when you're smoking a cigar with somebody, y'all have a common bond. You have something to talk about. There's nothing better than that, man. I mean, even in barrel burners, we have a big diverse group. I mean, between incomes, between hobbies, anything, but that's that one thing that's always brought us together, and that's the talk of cigars. All right, Jeff, have a good one, brother. So, yeah, I mean, cigars, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter race. It doesn't matter religion. It doesn't matter income. It doesn't matter where you live at. Cigars is your common ground. And one thing to me that has helped the cigar boom is technology. Being able to have cigar groups like this, being able to do live videos, live chats, live herp. It has brought the cigar community even closer together than it's ever been. Technology, man. Live streams, live herps. The boom of the live herps. When COVID hit, I mean, we were the first group around that was doing live video herps, and everybody laughed at us and said it's the stupidest thing in the world. Guess what? COVID hit. Cigars Lounge closed. Everybody and their mama started doing live herps. So what we started and was laughed at is now the normalcy. Everybody is doing them. Every cigar club does them now. Cigar companies are doing them now. So what started out, they were only used for interview purposes and live podcasts. Now video herps are the new way of the future, and they can bring people together many miles apart, can sit there and smoke and have a cigar together. People without a cigar lounge like me can have a cigar together. So it's amazing. It's amazing what technology has done. It's helped the boutique boom get even bigger. Yeah, you're right, Medic. It is now the norm. Video herfs, cigar smoking sessions are now the norm, and it's amazing. It gives somebody an outlet that normally wouldn't have a way to smoke cigars with somebody, and it's amazing. So I'm always pro cigar clubs. I love it. The more clubs we get, the more exposure cigars get. Love it. Love the boom we're going through right now, man. We're in good times for cigars. Of course, we're battling some of you states. The cigar tax is getting ridiculous, but really nothing we could do about that. But being all together and doing stuff like this, it's great times for cigars, man. And I want to thank all you for coming in today. If you only popped in at the end, this will be up on YouTube so you can watch the replay. U.S. Marine Corps, man, very nice. Okinawa. My best friend went to the Marines in early 2000s, man, and that's where he chose to stay. He was in Okinawa for 2 or 3 years stationed over there. He was an MP over there. He loved it. He loved Okinawa. 8 months active duty in the desert, man. Well, thank you, Rich. I don't know how I forgot that, man, but I appreciate your service. I am a big supporter of veterans, active duty. Love our military. We would not be here talking today if it wouldn't be for you guys that have served your country and helped keep us safe. So I definitely definitely have mad respect for anybody that's ever served. I can't say it enough. I appreciate you guys. All right, guys, on that note, you got an hour and 30 minutes out of me. You'll probably see me around sometime later today. We got football games. I got a Pelicans game. A lot of sports coming on today. A lot of cigars will be smoked. And guys, I'll see you next Sunday morning, same time, same place. Coffee and cigars. Y'all have a good day, man. Appreciate all of you.